In June 2026, the global artificial intelligence race was turned entirely upside down. A series of massive regulatory interventions sent shockwaves through Silicon Valley, abruptly freezing the world's most advanced Western frontier models. Almost overnight, flagship artificial intelligence architectures vanished from the enterprise market, leaving corporate developers, systems architects, and massive tech conglomerates completely stranded. While its fiercest rivals were reeling from government recalls and corporate chaos, one tech titan executed a silent, calculated masterstroke. Google did not panic. Instead, they pivoted. Quietly, without an excessive press campaign, the company pushed an incremental API version update to its developer ecosystem, Google Gemini 2.5 Pro. This single update unleashed an expanded multimodal context window engineered specifically to ingest entire industrial codebases and parse hours of video data simultaneously, all while achieving something many experts thought was technically impossible. Expanded the model's memory capacity while keeping its baseline processing speed perfectly stable. It was a direct challenge to a fractured industry, shifting global attention toward Google's infrastructure reliability. This is the inside story of how Google weaponized a developer changelog to capture the enterprise frontier, the hidden math that solved the latency curse, and the high-stakes corporate warfare that changed the future of big tech. To understand the magnitude of Google's strategic maneuver, we have to look back at the volatile environment of early June 2026. On June 9th, competitor Anthropic launched its highly anticipated Claude Fable 5 model. Fable 5 instantly reset the global baseline for industrial agentic coding scores. For 3 days, it reigned as the undisputed pinnacle of autonomous development software. But that power sparked immediate national security concerns. On June 12, 2026, the hammer dropped. The United States government issued an emergency export control directive, freezing access to competing frontier weights. The regulatory intervention created an immediate and massive void in the enterprise artificial intelligence market. Highly sophisticated systems that corporations relied on for core engineering tasks suddenly vanished globally. Core market competitors Amazon Web Services and Anthropic suffered major structural fractures and sudden investor freezes. The market was filled with stranded enterprise developers who desperately needed high-volume code and multimodal parsing engines. This was the exact moment Google was waiting for. Alphabet CEO Sundar Pichai recognized that while his competitors were trapped in severe regulatory turbulence, Google could leverage its stable, managed infrastructure pipelines to strike. To appreciate what Google delivered next, we have to break down the foundational mechanics of artificial intelligence architecture, the context window. Think of a context window as the active working memory of an AI model. Most standard models can only retain a limited amount of information before they forget earlier parts of the prompt. But Gemini 2.5 Pro introduced a massive, expanded multimodal window tailored specifically for giant enterprise workloads. This architecture allows a developer to hand the AI a unified, massive industrial codebase, or an analyst to upload multiple hours of raw video token data, processing everything simultaneously in a single prompt. According to research parameters published in R-Ziv machine learning preprints, this extreme scaling relies on an architectural mixture of unified multimodal attention and optimized cloud deployment pipelines. Historically, adding millions of data tokens to an AI's memory caused a severe technical penalty. Response times slowed to a crawl. Yet Google's engineering benchmarks revealed a massive breakthrough. They expanded the window while maintaining the original baseline inference latency. On June 20, 2026, just 8 days after the federal government froze access to rival systems, Google pushed the Gemini 2.5 Pro incremental update live to developers. The timing was an intentional competitive strike. While Anthropic and AWS scrambled to deal with compliance audits and investor panic, Google capitalized on its operational stability to capture the market. A major misconception quickly spread through the tech community. Many assumed Google had built a completely new foundation model from scratch. In reality, Gemini 2.5 Pro is an incremental API version update, focused entirely on token parsing optimization layers and cloud runtime efficiency. This targeted engineering effort was directed by Google DeepMind CEO Demis Hassabis. His team designed the core algorithmic optimizations that allowed for massive context expansion without causing system processing times to spike. The official Google Workspace developer changelog confirmed the deployment, and telemetry immediately tracked a massive migration of corporate software developers moving their workflows straight into Google's ecosystem. However, building an artificial intelligence engine capable of holding millions of multimodal tokens in active memory introduces deep, complex technical and operational risks. The first major technical hurdle is a phenomenon known as attention swamping. When a context window becomes extremely large, information retrieval rates can suddenly drop if the model's attention heads fail to accurately weigh interior token segments hidden deep inside dense prompts. Security specialists also warn of severe exfiltration vulnerabilities. Ingesting massive corporate codebases or multi-hour videos opens up large attack surfaces for prompt injection vectors, embedded deep within raw training text or audio frames, potentially leaking proprietary data. From a business perspective, Google faces a severe threat of compute overdose. Processing massive token volumes dramatically spikes actual infrastructure costs per query, risking sudden margin contraction if enterprise clients spam continuous multi-million token inputs. Finally, there are sovereign compliance blind spots. Processing massive amounts of sensitive multi-hour corporate surveillance footage or proprietary backend code could accidentally violate strict cross-border data residency protocols and regional privacy frameworks. The arrival of latency-preserving long-context engines signals a permanent shift in how software engineering, data analytics, and intelligence gathering will operate moving forward. By mastering unified, massive codebase ingestion, Google has established an incredibly deep competitive moat in long-context industrial analytics, making it the primary infrastructure anchor for corporate development workflows. This development has sparked intense speculation across the tech industry. Analysts theorize that Google may be intentionally keeping its long-context framework isolated from heavy external wrappers to deliberately outpace the performance constraints of its heavily regulated competitors. Furthermore, inside developer circles, there are persistent whispers and rumors that Google DeepMind is preparing to scale this exact latency-preserving infrastructure directly into its upcoming frontier reasoning models ahead of schedule. Whether these rumors materialize or not, the era of gated memory limits is officially dead. The ability to process the equivalent of entire libraries in seconds is no longer a future goal, it is an active, operational reality. As the dust settles from the volatile events of June 2026, 3 definitive truths have emerged that reshape our understanding of the global AI race. First, Google successfully proved that context windows can be dramatically scaled to handle multi-hour video data and unified code-based workloads without degrading baseline system performance. Second, market telemetry indicates it is highly likely that Google's engineering teams accelerated this exact deployment timeline to deliberately intercept enterprise market demand after federal interventions crippled its rivals. Third, a critical question remains unconfirmed: the exact internal hardware overhead costs associated with servicing these multi-million token pipelines at scale for basic workspace tiers are still closely guarded corporate secrets. Google successfully capitalized on an unprecedented regulatory crisis to capture the enterprise frontier, turning an incremental API update into a powerful competitive statement. Did the US government inadvertently hand the corporate AI crown to Google by freezing its rivals? Or will the technical risks of infinite context limits eventually catch up to the search giant? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to Deep Dive AI for more deep dive investigative technology documentaries. We will see you in the next analysis.